I guess I'll start the obvious question. Since your presence here, are you going to definitely play the bowl game as you made a decision about your future?
I am playing in the bowl game. That's one thing that's for sure. I think it's important to end off the season on the right note with a win against a really good team. And I'm excited to, have another chance to be on the field with my brothers. As of my future, I'm totally undecided. So.
What was it about, this game that's important to you to play in no matter what you decide to do afterwards?
I feel like every chance you get to step on the field is something you shouldn't take for granted. Playing football, we're blessed to be able to do so. You never know when an injury might come or, your opportunities to play with some of your best friends might run out. So just getting the opportunity to go down to a great venue in Dallas and play against an opponent that's really good is a blessing in itself. So it's something I didn't want to pass up. And it's just another opportunity to showcase my abilities. We've been really focused. We know they're a good team. And we've been locked in. We've been moving forward. I can't really say too much. Yeah. Looking forward to the game.
As far as that other decision, what are kind of the biggest factors that are still you're weighing there, like each side of it, I guess? What's still out there that you're trying to decide between?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of factors that go into it. As far as the things I'm deciding between, that's something that I've kind of just been working through with, my corner, my family, and all that type of stuff. Stuff that I don't necessarily want to get into right now, but there's positives on both sides. There's negatives on both sides as well. So it's definitely a decision that is going to be important, but it's nothing that the people here at Ohio State won't help me with.
Did you think you would get to this point and have a more definite decision as you kind of envisioned coming into this year? And did the fact that you encountered an injury and things like that, did that complicate this for you?
I mean, it's unfortunate to say the least, but ultimately I put my trust in something that's above me, and that's Jesus Christ. I believe his plan is sovereign and his plan is perfect, and his will is always going to come to fruition. So my injury is something that was ordained, and it's something that later down the line I'll be able to see the reason for. And I feel like the lessons you get from tribulations that you face, you might not always get them right away, but once you recognize them, you realize what a blessing it was.
I wonder what your thoughts are on Kyle playing the portal and playing presumably with Devin Brown and possibly Lincoln.
Yeah. Kyle's one of my best friends. So in that regard, it kind of hurts to see him go. But on the other side, I'm so excited for him. I mean, he's going to have an amazing future. He's a competitor. Wherever he goes, he's going to make a direct impact. So I couldn't be more happy for him, more excited for him for this step forward. Unfortunately, he won't be able to play, with me. So that kind of sucks because he's one of my best friends. I think he's a great quarterback, but I'm just super excited for him. And as far as Devin goes, we always knew he's been ready. Even when, Kyle was injured or something like that. And if Devin had to come in, we knew he was going to get the job done. So it's no different with the Cotton Bowl. And Lincoln is a young guy who has a lot of experience, or not a lot of experience, but a lot of talent. And once he combines experience with that and he starts to learn the game a little more, he's going to be something really special too.
With the way that Devin or Lincoln, whoever the quarterback is, played in that game, would that have any impact on the decision if they play, let's say, really well?
I trust in the coaching staff that they're always going to provide good quarterback play. I mean, it's Ohio State. People can say what they want about Kyle. We went 11-1. We had a great season. Unfortunately, we lost, to the team up north. But you can't really discredit the things that he did. We had a Bolendikoff winner. You can't just have that with a terrible quarterback. So there's not too much to be said about the quarterback play. I think it's always going to be top tier at Ohio State.
From your point of view, what does Devin bring to the table? How close was it, do you think, in August in that battle?
Yeah. I'm not bashing Kyle, but something that Devin has that he doesn't is a little bit more mobility. We always, joke with Kyle about stuff like that, but Devin really has a knack for extending the play after it's broken down. So that's something that's ultra valuable, especially when you're playing in matchup games, because those big plays often come from broken down plays. It's not something you scripted. It's just the reaction of, the players that are around you. So the ability to extend the play is a trait that's really it can help a quarterback a lot. So.
How's he as a passer? How would you rate him? I mean, par excellence. What grade would you put on him?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's a great passer. He's a great improviser, a great field general. He's someone who provides the offense with a lot of energy, which is huge at that position. And he has a cannon too. So, those deep balls down the field, he can really launch those as well.
Yeah, y'all flowed seamlessly to him in the pre-bowl practice. Him and Lincoln. I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, Kyle's moved on. I mean,
Mhm.
if y'all put that behind you and moved on too.
Yeah, I mean, we all wish Kyle the best when he departed, but there's kind of no time to be sentimental or sad. It's always the next man forward mentality. And as far as who's going to be at the quarterback position, obviously the wide receivers don't really have too much say. It's going to be the coaching staff that does that. But whoever is back there, we know that they have the ability to get the job done.
You and Marvin both had kind of your breakout in the Rose Bowl a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a similar trajectory for Carnell and Brandon this year?
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope so. We have huge hopes for both of those guys. And Zone 6 is a very touted position room, and I feel like they're going to continue to carry on the tradition. So I can't speak too much about what the Cotton Bowl is going to hold for them. I mean, we'll see when that date comes, but they're going to have their coming out party eventually, and they're both very special players.
You and Marvin were kind of tied together, even in recruitment. Once you committed, it was like these two were going to be the next up. Carnell and Brandon have kind of been tied together the entire time. Carnell, next for Marvin, Brandon next for you. Have you guys talked to those guys about carrying on the tradition that you guys have helped carry on?
I think it's one of those conversations that doesn't necessarily need to be spoken. It's one of those things that, we didn't have a direct conversation with Jackson, Chris, or Garrett, but we kind of knew what it was going into our sophomore seasons that we were going to be heavily relied on. And in those moments, you really have to step up. So I have no doubt that they're going to be able to do that. They're both special talents, both very charismatic. They work hard, and, they're special players. They're very talented. God has blessed them.
You remember how eager you were? Last two questions. I mean, in your career when you were waiting for your spot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
You remember what was it like? I mean, knowing you were going.
Yeah, even before my first game, in my freshman year, I was just like super excited just to get on the field. Whether it was in the fourth quarter trash time, we were up by 50 points. I just want to be out there. And I was always preparing myself, whether, someone unfortunately went down or whatever the case may be. I was always ready for that moment. So I remember how eager I was, not just the Rose Bowl, but my sophomore year to get out there. And I think that's something that they have, which is going to, push them to limits beyond their reach. Shoot, I'm not sure. I'm not, I mean, we talk, but that's, I don't want to put anyone's information out there. Mm. Yeah, we've been shorted, I feel like, in the past. There's been a couple people who haven't been invited, who had great seasons. The numbers are really there, but at Ohio State, we always feel like we have a chip on our shoulder. So just being able to take those home for Zone 6 is something that's huge. We continue to stack the accolades, and we're going to do that for years to come. Thank you.
Xavier.
How are you guys? How are you guys?
Xavier, what does this game mean to you, just knowing that it is your last game as a Buckeye?
Yeah, man, it means a lot. I think, time here, time you put into anything, when it finally comes to a close, and I think in a lot of situations, you're not in control of when that closing time is, or you don't know when exactly the last day will be. But for me to know, having the foresight going in, that it's the last step in the journey for me at Ohio State, I think it's going to be I'll be very pensive leading up to it and throughout it. I want to appreciate it the best I can. And I think that appreciating it and the work that I put into it and everybody that's come before me, everybody who's poured into me, looks like, giving my best on that day. And so that's what I'm going to do.
As a leader, what kind of your role been in terms of getting the team back on track after what happened in the
I think you know, that it's hard because, like I said, we put a lot of work into it. You know, a year worth of work goes into that, and you know, coming up short of something like that was it's something that's so has so much emotion also vested into it. It gets hard, but I think, you know, the mature group, the group that we have in the locker room, can come back from that, and um, I guess persist or persevere, you know, through it, and have something to show at the end of the year, and that's what's important. So, you know, leading a group of guys who is willing, and not only willing but matured enough to take that next step, and you know, put the past behind us and put our best foot forward. I think that being able to lead a group of guys like that has been a blessing for me this year, and that's what that team is.
Few practices since the season, in the regular season. What have you seen? Have you gotten to see both Devin and Lincoln, and just what are they showing you guys in practice?
Yeah, both of them are taking reps, and I think that, you know, both of them show some exquisite playmaking ability. So we're confident with whichever guy Coach Day gives nod, or whoever goes forward. We'll be confident, and we're going out there to win the game.
I would say Ben's out. Obviously, we don't know what they're going to do in the future, but how important is it to you as a guy who is playing his last game to have as much of a full team as possible?
Yeah, you know, it's a brotherhood at Ohio State, truly. And so going out there with my guys, going out there with my brothers, you know, one last time is it's exciting for me. And you know, just being able to put our best foot forward, and I think it shows how much we truly care about each other, our team, in this university. I think for them, you know, to make the decision to play. Is just something that shows how much they love the game, shows how they approach the game as, you know, grown men, as, you know, people who are just in love with the game of football and want to, you know, get another game under their belt. And so I think that having them on the team or on the field is going to be something that, you know, is very beneficial for the Buckeyes.
You've been able to flash versatility throughout your career, but with no Chip, no Evan, are you prepared for whatever workload you might get at running back?
You know, I always say, however I can help the team win, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna, you know, put my best foot forward, and whatever Coach Day asks of me, I'm gonna try to deliver my best. So with the help of the Lord.
Obviously, the whole offseason style, Devin battle, they were kind of working on establishing their leadership in the program. What have you seen change in Devin since Kyle left, and kind of since he kind of these steps up?
I think Devin's done a great job of leading with the opportunities given to him throughout the season. So honestly, he's just being himself out there. I think that's important. You know, a lot of times I think sometimes you see guys struggle when they try to emulate somebody else. So the next step in the maturation process for every quarterback who's taking over the reins, you know, whether that's because of, you know, a quarterback going on to the NFL, going to the draft, or whatever that may be, is them being themselves in that role. And so I think Devin's done a great job of being himself. And I think that, you know, you'll see Devin out there you'll see him be himself whenever he gets the chance to lead. And so
Two more questions. What does that mean himself? Define Devin Brown.
he's a playmaker. He's a confident guy. He's a dude who improvises. He's a dude who goes and you know, makes throws and is very confident. And he's vocal leader. So, you know, just seeing that and having an opportunity for him to flash that a little more, you see the confidence exuding even the more. So.
The styles availability. So when you started,
Mhm.
were you hanging out during bowl season? Are you hanging out in the running back room, or hanging out in the receiver room? Where are you hanging out?
So game planning will start tomorrow. So we'll see. We don't really know yet. Right.
Many guys missing the running back room, and then who knows who's going to be missing the wide receiver room? What's your motto for you personally going into this last 2 weeks?
Help the team win. Whatever I got to do to help the team win, go beat Missouri, be 1-0 in the bowl season. That's where I will be, and I'll be full-heartedly there. And you know, it could be kicker. I go out there and try to kick. I can't even kick, but that, you know, wherever Coach Day says we need you, Xavier, that's where I put my feet. Shoot. Maybe the 10-yard line. I think punter would be better. I can you know, play some punts a little bit.
Xavier, you talked about some of the doubts you had earlier in your career. I'm curious, you see how much the transfer portal has proliferated and how many guys are entering. Do you ever think back, like, man, if this had been a few years ago, like maybe I would have done the same thing these guys did?
So if I'm being completely honest, yes, those questions cross my mind. But then I just go back to everything I've learned. And just the road that the Lord has taken me on. And this journey, though it hasn't been exactly what I would, I guess, scripted. Xavier Johnson, the 18-year-old. I think it's been, beautiful in its own way, in its own right. And I wouldn't change it for the world because of, everything I've been through. I've gained a lot of, I guess, perseverance, or, gained a lot of like headstrongness and resilience and everything throughout the process. And I think that, if I was to leave, that might not have been the case. And so I'm very grateful for the path that the Lord took me on. It's only a path that he could write, so he's going to get all the glory for it. And so, at the end of the day, I think I'm going to look up, 5-10 years later and be a better man, a better father, a better husband, a better son, a better man of God, all that just because of the path that the Lord has led me on. And so to say that I would have chose a different route, I can't say that. And sometimes it's like, dang, I wish I would have had, I would have done X, I would have done Y, I would have done Z. But the choice that I chose led me to be the man I am today. So I wouldn't exchange that for the world.
Played wide receiver and running back in a college football playoff game and contributed heavily at both. I mean, you kind of carved a pretty good niche, haven't you?
Yes. I think, again, like I said, I don't know if I would be in the position I am and have the versatility I have today if it wasn't for, the trials and tribulations that it looked like back then. So I'm extremely excited to have gone on with Ohio State. I'm extremely excited to have my name be captain and have my name etched in history that way. And my name will be attached to Ohio State, and I pray that it's in a good light. So.
All right, Xavier. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Everybody else just called numbers that we go every stop. So just don't say that. Don't talk about that. No comment on this. Oh my. Good.
How we doing? Yeah,
The
fine.
reaction to Kyle leaving and you presumably getting your real chance in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I wish the best of luck for Kyle. That's one of my closest friends, and I hope he goes and does big things. But then again, I'm excited to go play and finally show what I can do and have fun with this team.
How surprised were you if you were, Kyle?
Yeah, it definitely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting anything, so it was definitely a shock.
And now that you know that you have Lincoln, obviously, presumably you'll be the guy. Do you think you'll be able to play free and easy, knowing that you don't have to look over your shoulder and you can just let it rip? And this is an audition for you.
Yeah, definitely. All year I've always prepared like I was the starter. It's definitely different knowing you're getting a lot more reps because it's not split up or anything like that. So yeah, like you said, there's nothing to look over my shoulder for or anything, just to go out and have fun and play my game.
How's your ankle? How are you health-wise at this point?
Good. I'm back to doing everything. I don't have any issues with anything, so it's good.
Since this news has happened, have you found yourself asserting yourself a little bit more as a leader, et cetera? How have things changed in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, they've had to change just because, it went from Kyle being the guy, to me having to step up as a leader again and gain the trust back of these guys and show them that, I still was the leader how I was in the summer before, the season started and everything. So it's good getting back in there.
Devin, what went into the burn the boats tweet?
There's one thing that I've always said is I'm a competitive guy and that I would like to go out and compete. So it doesn't matter what's going on. I'm always just going to, sink all my chips in it here. That's why I came here, was to be the best I can be here.
How did you find out about the decision from Kyle? Did you hear about it like everybody else, or did you have any idea that might be coming?
No, I really didn't have an idea. I just kind of heard it from him when it all happened.
Devin, how has Lincoln pushed you in practice?
Lincoln's just trying to get himself better every day. He's a really good athlete, and he's doing everything he can, just as I am, to be the starter. So he's going to keep working. We've been together in the film room and in the weight room together, so it's good to compete still.
What's that been like in practice in terms of splitting reps?
As of right now, we're just kind of doing, ones, twos, threes, and just going through his groups. So we're all kind of getting, equalish reps.
Is it hard to I don't know, hide your excitement though? This is a major opportunity, right? I mean, how do you deal with that every day? Just the excitement aspect.
I mean, I'm pumped. I mean, I can't believe my first start's going to be, in the Cotton Bowl. It's a big stage against a really good team. It's a top 10 matchup, and I'm just excited to go out there and show what I can do.
Devin, through the season, there's a lot of back and forth. There's outside things. You're trying to compete for a job. You're dealing with an injury issue. What did you learn from Kyle this year, and how do you think that helps you?
I mean, Kyle went through a lot. He went through a lot, and I feel for the guy. There was a lot of tough moments, and he grew throughout his career here and built as a leader and built as a player, and being able to sit behind him and watch him grow really helped me look back and kind of think the things I should work on and go from how, he was doing his things.
There's a transfer portal out there. It wouldn't shock anyone if WHAC is looking at that, pursuing that. How do you view that? Would whatever happens out of the portal affect anything here?
I mean, my focus is on being the starting quarterback at Ohio State. I mean, I've never cared about who was in the room or anybody that was coming. I mean, that's kind of one of the main reasons was the whole burn the boat things. I don't care. I'm going to compete and do what I can do.
You said, I remember asking you said repeatedly that no matter what happens, I'm staying in my transfer. That's still hold.
Devin, when you hurt your ankle, did you think the season was over? That's pretty nasty.
Yeah, I mean, when it happened, it kind of caught me off guard, and it obviously hurt pretty good. And then I was just doing everything I could to come back. I mean, I was feeling really good, and then kind of retweaked it again in warmups. It was stupid how I did it. It just kind of got caught and twisted it weird. But there was never a thought of, I'm going to be out for the season. I felt like I was able to come back.
Was there anything in the game plan for the Michigan game for you, like in that red zone? I know you never got to it, obviously, but were you have a chance to play in that game?
We kind of talked about it, but I really wasn't sure if we were or weren't.
Did you? I would think you had to feel after the Purdue game. They're finding a spot for me. They're working me into this, right? I mean, did it feel like that too? That there were some intentions there down the road.
Yeah, I definitely felt like that package was growing and growing to add different things, but the injury set it back and kind of was a bummer that didn't get to do more with it.
How do you make sure the next couple weeks that you don't try to do too much?
I mean, I've never really felt like I was trying to do too much. I mean, I just kind of stick to my game. And I think the biggest thing for me is just being a vocal leader and showing these guys that, I'm a good option for them and that they can trust me to do the best thing for the team.
Did you use August maybe when you and Kyle were both trying to search yourself as leaders, kind of a primer for what you're facing now and trying to get the locker room back on track after what happened at Michigan?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the whole offseason, I felt like my leadership was very good and guys felt me and, would like me to be the leader as well. So it was really back and forth. So they still trust me now.
Devin, do you these next few weeks as the first chance to audition for next year's job?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be, a coming out party and it's a good opportunity for me to show what I can do in this game.
How close do you think you were to winning the job this summer? And what was that like when you did?
It was very back and forth. I mean, it was really could have gone either way, and a lot of guys would agree to that. And it was a disappointment when I didn't come through with it, but just how the game works and how everything works.
Did Coach Day let y'all know where you stood every day? I mean, how did that work?
Yeah. We took it on a daily basis, and we're evaluated every single day, and that's just kind of how it went. He felt like my leadership and energy was very good. I felt like I kind of bring an energy to the team, especially when I'm playing that, I feel like I can rally guys around me. So that was definitely a positive. But just staying consistent and not trying to, get out of my game and just taking everything and being routine with everything. Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I think for a lot of guys, people are trying to figure out what they're doing, if they're going to the draft or not. You got guys going to the portal, all types of things. So it's a lot of having people having individual thoughts. So having to be that glue and kind of bind everybody back together is my main focus right now. Definitely.
As you went through the whole year, injuries, the quarterback battle, how did you find ways, even when specifically you weren't getting on the field or when they made the package and then you got hurt, to stay locked in despite all the ups and downs that come with this last season?
Yeah, I mean, I treated every week like I was going to be the starter and that I was going to play in the game. So, you know, whether it was watching film with Coach Fitch or watching film with Tristan, I took everything like I was going to be the guy.
Was it hard to do that though, with everything that was kind of going back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard knowing that, like, a lot of times, you know, it's not going to be the payout that you'd want it to be, but, you know, you never know what's going to happen. It could be a situation, you know, that Kyle gets hurt or something and I'm back in there. So I just had to treat everything the same.
I know you have trust in all the receivers in the room. You probably work with all of them, but did you do a little fist bump knowing that Emeka's going to play in this game? I get to work with the these kind of weapons.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're always going to have the best of the best in this receiver room. So it's super exciting to have those guys and to be able to lean on those guys to make plays for me, but also having Emeka definitely helps.
How can your mobility help this offense?
I think, you know, just having that pocket movement and being able to be a factor in the run game definitely makes it harder on the defense and has another factor for them to think about.
You looking forward to being able to bring that and do that? How does that feel? How do you think that'll game plan at all?
Yeah, I think we'll do a couple of things with it, but I'm just excited to go out and play and see how everything goes.
What's it like to be a college quarterback this year, 2023, when it's maybe the most chaotic position in all of sports?
Yeah, it's I was talking about this with some of the coaches, even Tristan, like he was 4 years late to all this NIL stuff and everything, but it's a completely different world. It's a completely different game. I mean, it's really kind of turned to the NFL. It's wild.
I know you don't have obviously a crystal ball to understand how your career is going to play out, but you are a guy, you always say, like, you're going to bet on yourself and see how it goes. Is it all crazy to you that you're on the precipice of starting in the Cotton Bowl because, like, a 12-game starter just decided to transfer, which I think is hard to compute for some people. Even your arrival here was
Yeah.
of a whirlwind. Like, just what's it like to kind of be caught up in some of that stuff?
I mean, it's nuts. It's always going to be chaotic week to week, but I guess that's just kind of the sport now. So just got to take it week by week and do everything I can to win this game.
Where do you feel like you've improved the most from August to where you are now?
I feel like one of the biggest things was consistency. I feel like there's definitely still things I could work on, but I feel like being more consistent with my plays and understanding what's really going on with the play has been the biggest thing.
You mentioned Tristan a couple times. What kind of resource has he been for you and the other quarterbacks?
Tristan's really like a best friend and a personal coach. I mean, every day I'm out here doing stuff with him on the field or in the film room, and he's been in college for 7 years now. This is his 7th season, so he's got a lot of wisdom, and I'm trying to get him to come back for an 8th year to help me out even more.
Social media was pretty savage on Kyle a lot this year.
Yeah.
This will be the last question. Did y'all talk about that? I mean, you were aware of it, I'm probably sure. Maybe not, but I mean, how do you deal with that aspect of it, Devin? The expectations of this position at this school.
Yeah, I mean that's why you come here, is to be at the top of the pedestal, and be in front of all these eyes. That's what Ohio State is. So there's going to be both sides, good or bad, and that's just kind of the nature of it. But at the end of the day, what truly doesn't matter, what other people's opinions are of you. All that matters is what your team thinks and what you feel.
Devin, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I mean, he hasn't announced anything, but
Just the way you said it made it sound like that's.
yeah, I mean,
Anyone makes just assume
I can't say anything.
Got Donovan Jackson on the 20, folks, and Tyleek Williams on the 10.
Donovan, you playing the combo?
I am playing in the Cotton Bowl. Awesome. I'm glad we got that out the way.
Have you made a decision on your future?
I have not made a decision on the future. I have decided to play in the Cotton Bowl, though.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. I heard some.
Playing the Cotton Bowl.
I said, why?
Yeah.
Mainly because I just want to end the year off on a good note. The season's really longer than a lot of people think. The off season is hard on a lot of people. Camp, going through all that, and then you obviously go through the season, so you rock with these guys for so long. And so I just want to know this group will never be the 2023 Buckeyes will never be the same after this year. So I just want to rock with these guys I've been with for this period of time. It's the brotherhood for a reason. And I heard the Bulls in a really cool state. So I just want to play in front of family and friends. So it's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, how many people do you think will be there for you?
Oh man, the number keeps coming up. Number keeps going up. It was 12, and then I got told, well, how about you get 3 more tickets? And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get another phone call saying, how about you get a couple more tickets? So we'll see. We'll see what the final total is, but I'm just excited. It's a great bowl game. It's a great opportunity to end the year on the right note, going against a fantastic opponent. So it's going to be a great game.
What's your enduring memory from that Michigan game? Or did y'all call the team up north? What's your enduring memory at this point from the way that all went down on that last drive?
We just didn't execute. It's pretty easy to point fingers at a lot of people, but at the end of the game, there's 11 guys on that field, and then all of us just didn't execute. Personally for me, I did not play well on that last drive personally. So it's just,
You didn't anticipate tripping. Didn't you trip over?
yeah, I did trip. Yeah.
How do you play that in your head? You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
No, I've been playing it in my head. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've replayed that moment, for a very long time, a couple times. I had to get pulled out of my room by my roommate Zen. He was like, "Come on, man, you just gotta get out your room. You gotta do something. You gotta, at least look at the sun for a while." But yeah, all you can do is learn from it, move on from it, and try to grow from it. And I think that was our message coming in as a unit. And as Coach Day says, like, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. It's college football. It don't wait for nobody. It's not gonna be like, hold on, let's wait for them to feel good again about themselves. No, it's going to keep on moving. And so we have a great opportunity to go out there one more time and just play Ohio State football.
How frustrating is that? You guys, as an offensive line, the steps you made from week 1 to week 12 were pretty big as a group. And to have it all come down to what a lot of people will remember as one play on the season. Does that frustrate you? Does it irritate you? How does that look like? How do you separate the big picture from that little step?
I think that's just the reality of college football. A lot of people don't remember how you started; they remember how you finished, and so it's unfortunate it happened that way. But as a unit, we just got to grow from it and keep pushing forward. I'm really proud of the O-line and how we progressed every week. I felt like we got better every week in terms of running the ball and in terms of putting hats on hats. And it sucks that it happened the way it did, but we just got to watch the film on it. Grow from it and keep going from there.
Everybody we've talked to so far in your recruiting class as they're playing in the Cotton Bowl, is there kind of a get the band back together feel for you guys? And have you guys talked about, all of the juniors, with the potential of maybe coming back and running it back for another year?
Yeah, our class was pretty good coming in. So, of course, we've talked about it. Playing, not playing, coming back, not coming back. But at the end of the day, everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own responsibilities to do, and whatever the individual chooses, I'm going to be happy for him, proud of him, regardless.
Devin's going to be a quarterback presumably in this game. Obviously, taking a lot of snaps with him. What are your thoughts on him? What do we see from him? What do you expect to see from him in the Cotton Bowl?
I just expect to see what he's been doing, just executing plays. He's a very talented player. And he got rolled up against Purdue, I believe. So, but it was Purdue. It was Purdue. I remember because I was looking at him when his ankle was going the opposite direction. But yeah, he got rolled up then. But he's just been trying to rehab, coming back from that, and he's just looking to execute plays. We're calling on him to run the offense. He's the leader that we got to listen to. And I feel like the couple practices we've had, he's kind of shown that he has the qualities to be a good leader. And so I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes from here, seeing the growth that he has. So I'm looking forward to it.
How do you evaluate your individual performance this season?
I would say I'm my biggest critic. I'm kind of in a perfectionist role. So there are times where I believe I didn't do as well as I thought I did. And other people are like, oh, that's a great block. I was like, no, it wasn't. Because if I had my right hand inside, I would have sealed him better. And Trey wouldn't have had to make a jump cut. But I would just say I played hard. I would say every time I walk off the field, my parents always say, did you try your best or did you go as hard as you could? And if I have to question that, I know I didn't play hard. And so it's always something that I have in the back of my mind, like you could have gone harder or you could have done this, you could have done that. So just trying to put the training that I had in practice onto the field and just trying to improve off that every week is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, Josh, I can't call him Jim anymore. Josh got way better from when he first came in. Coming in, trying to learn the dictionary worth of offensive, plays and terminology. He just had to catch up with everybody else and learn it. And when he did learn it, we just kind of showed what we all saw in the offseason training, that he's a freak athlete. He's able to run fast. He's one of the strongest ones, about strong as me. But it's yeah, I mean, his growth has been tremendous.
A couple guys seem fairly surprised that Kyle entered the portal. How did you find out? Was that something that you were surprised by? What was your reaction?
Oh, he just chose what was best for him. He's my brother, man. I'm proud of wherever he goes. I mean, I found out on social media like kind of what everybody else did, but wherever he chooses, man, I'm supporting him 1,000%.
How do you, as somebody who's a veteran on the team, a leader, kind of make sure everybody stays together when you do have a lot of guys that
Well, we just got to keep the main thing, and that's the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Guys are going to choose where they want to go, and then at the end of the day, that's their decision. They're choosing what's best for them, what's best for their family, what's best for the situation, and we can't be down on them for that. Like, we've gone through thick and thin with them. Those are our brothers for a reason. So wherever they go, we're proud of them. But at the end of the day, the guys who choose to stay, we got to make sure we're not distracted by outside noise, make sure we're still on course to playing against a great Missouri team.
You're a Houston guy. Have you played at Jerry World?
I was in the opening. The last year they included offensive linemen, and so that I don't think that was at the Star. So I have not played in Jerry's World. Yeah.
As a Texas guy, is that kind of like not a bucket list? I haven't even played in the NFL, but is that going to be kind of cool for you? I don't know.
Oh, it's been very cool. As soon as we were announced that we're playing the Cotton Bowl, I lost my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to Dallas, and so yeah, I'm very excited to play in the home state and playing in Jerry's World and everything like that. It's gonna be very fun.
Last two questions.
Oh man, I've got patty melt with a large chocolate shake ready for me.
How have you seen Carson Hinton grow this year, and how do you think he can continue to grow next year when he has more experience?
Yeah, I would say it's just the experience part. First year starting as an offensive lineman in the Big Ten is never an easy thing. I can say that from experience, but it's just the experience and being able to grow from his mistakes and just gaining more confidence in his abilities. We all believe in Carson, and we know he's going to keep getting better as time goes on.
How much does that impact your decision next year? You guys have potentially a couple of different guys coming back on the offensive line that were starters this year. How much does that kind of impact what you want to do next year?
I mean, I haven't really thought about it. It's more of a what's best for me and my family type situation. So I just gotta gather as much information as I can to make the best decision for me.
All right. Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you.
No, actually, not really. The trickiest part is just trying to do it on the day when they're in the building, or when they're in the building around the same time.
Yeah.
Which is when you're not in your team practice like you are during the regular season.
Position meetings are probably just different times.
And they don't even have position meetings because they don't have practice time. Yeah. Okay, they have practice tomorrow, but they have practice on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. And they on Sunday, Monday, so it's like during the season, like every Monday's the same, every Tuesday's the same, every Wednesday's the same.
Makes it easy.
And these last 2 weeks have been
Not easy.
well, just more structure.
Yeah.
These last 2 weeks have been more all over the map in terms of when they're actually people.
Yeah.
And some of them have finals. So
I don't want to make it sound like your job. His job is easy. It's a little easier in the season to get the kids to talk.
yeah, well, it's more routine. It's more structured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We're waiting on anyone else to join us.
Possibly Jack Sawyer. FRY.
All right, folks, we're going to cap today with Jack Sawyer on the 20.
How's it going, guys? Doing well.
So maybe since you're here, you're going to play in the Cotton Bowl. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be playing the Cotton Bowl.
And what do you say about your future beyond that?
I think a lot of us are, trying to navigate that right now, and I think a lot of us are really close to, making a decision and announcing it. So, I think here, in the next couple of weeks, you'll see a lot of guys' decisions on what the future holds.
Absolutely going to play in the Cotton Bowl. Why'd you say it that way?
We got to go. We got to go out the right way, and it's unfortunate that we couldn't, finish the season the way we wanted to with the last game for our seniors and guys, deserved it. So, we need to really go out, with a good win and put on a good performance and send guys out the right way.
Maybe it may not be the right term, but does that last game haunt you a little bit? I mean, Jack, as an individual, just falling short again against that team. I mean, how would you explain it to somebody? You think about it a lot.
Yeah, I'd be lying to you if I told you I don't think about it a lot. When you work all year for one game and you fall short, it's tough. Especially when it's 3 years in a row. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say haunt, just because we don't want to give them that satisfaction. But yeah, no, I mean it hurts. There's nothing you can do about it now, and it just sucks.
Jordan said a lot of you guys made the decision to play this game together as a group. When did those discussions happen? And I guess what was the conversation like?
It happened immediately once we knew where we were going, and really we were just all talked about finishing the season and going out, because we don't know what a lot of guys are going to do after this year. And, we wanted to, in case some guys leave or, whoever leaves, we want to send guys out the right way and play together one last time and, give it all we got. And, for Columbus and the state of Ohio, give all the fans and people, a reminder that we still had a good year and that this team's not done.
Season failure or at least not success. How hard is that? Is that a fair judgment? What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's what we signed up for. The game means everything to us and everything to the people in Ohio. I lived it growing up in Columbus, so I probably took it just as hard as anybody else would. And it, like I said, it just sucks, and there's nothing you can do but move on, and keep working and try to finish the season out the right way.
You mentioned that you lived it growing up in Ohio, but a lot of guys on this team didn't. Do you think that's something you guys have to work through at all in terms of getting back on top of the rivalry?
Yeah, I think we do a great job of it. I really do. And, guys like myself and Ty Hamilton and Sonny and Zoe, who grew up in Columbus, we naturally feel it a little more, I can remember being a kid in like fifth grade, wearing a Buckeyes jersey to school and talking trash with some kids that, maybe a team of North fans. So, we definitely, we know it a little more just naturally, but we do a great job and everybody on the team knows how much this game means. So, I don't think there's any more we could do to make the game, make people on our team understand the game. We all understand the game. We all know what's at stake. We all know, we don't like those guys, and it's the biggest game, most important game of the year. You lose it, it's a bad season, and we all understand that. And like you said, we lost a close game to the number one team in the country. So I just think all we can do is regroup and move forward.
Jeff, there's a lot of talk in the offseason about this team and how maybe felt a little tighter than teams in the past few years have.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you guys have these conversations about everybody saying, hey, we're finishing strong, we're playing Who knows what happens after that? But does it validate that conversation? It feels intentional, obviously, for you guys to say this isn't good enough way to end.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, like you said, we're such a close team. Everybody loves everybody on this team, and not to quote something out of Jackie Moon, yeah, but yeah, I mean, we just have so much love for each other. When you go to work with guys every day in the off season for the last 3 years, you build those friendships, that brotherhood that lasts a lifetime. And you come to a stage, in your career like this, it just makes sense to go out one last time, no matter what anyone's going to decide to do. So that was really the conversations, and honestly, it was a really easy decision for a lot of us. But some guys are in different positions, and if some guys decide not to play, I fully respect and understand that, and I get it, and it makes complete sense. But a lot of us decided, we're going to play. Definitely us underclassmen, should play and need to play.
Jack, you were one of the leaders of the recruiting class for the 21 class. So was Kyle. I think you two were the first two.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction to going to the portal?
Yeah, it was. I felt bad for him. I really did. Me and Kyle are really close on and off the field, and we've developed a friendship that's going to last a lifetime. And I really felt bad for him, how he was treated after those games, and I don't think it was fair. I think I understand that at Ohio State, the quarterback's expected to win games, and I don't think at all it was his fault that we lost that game in Ann Arbor. So I think it was unfair, definitely, and I love Kyle to death, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I just think it was unfortunate the way he ended his career here. Yeah, I think he handled it as best as you could, being in that position. At Ohio State, all the eyes are on the quarterback, and like I said, you're expected to throw for 4,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. It's a lot of pressure, especially when you're a first-time starter and you're playing on a bad wheel all year, and you're battling through it. You're handling stuff like a professional, like he did all season. It's just hard to see. I feel bad for him, as a friend, as a teammate. But I know Kyle is going to have success wherever he goes, and I wish him nothing but the best. And we're always going to stay in contact. Like I said, we're super close off the field. Mm-hmm. Oh, all of us have extreme confidence in Devin. Devin, just super talented kid, and he's going to go out there and compete. You guys saw it early in the year before he got hurt. How exciting he can be with the ball in his hands, and when we used him on the goal line to run some touchdowns in, that was awesome for him, and I think it gave him a big confidence boost too. And we're all really confident in him. We think he can throw the ball really well. He makes good decisions, and we're excited to see him, hopefully lead this team to a good victory in the Cotton Bowl. I hope you guys will think it's me. Devin's only about 210, I think, so hopefully you guys can recognize that's not me out there.
Twins.
Yeah.
You see a lot of your teammates transferring. Is that a hard thing to deal with, or is it just something that just feels like reality of college football now?
Yeah, I think it's definitely becoming a reality to college football, and I think for a lot of kids it makes sense a lot of times, and other times maybe it doesn't. But I think anybody in the college football world has a decision to make the best decision for themselves, and I think that's great. And so it is hard to see teammates leave when you build those friendships and those bonds up. It definitely sucks, to see guys leave, but it's kind of just where college football is at right now.
Who's your favorite Ohio State quarterback growing up?
My favorite Ohio State quarterback growing up? That's hard. Braxton Miller, was kind of like my era when we were all young. We all wanted to be like Braxton Miller, at recess on the playground. So I'd probably have to say him.
What if you looked up the next year and he was playing for the team up north? How would that make you think about college football and the?
If who was up there playing next year, Kyle?
No, I'm talking about Braxton Miller. He will come to next year. All of a sudden, he's playing for a rival.
Oh, it changed completely, 100%. How? I'm not going to answer that question. Yeah. I think I played. I think I played solid, and I think defensively as a whole, we played really well all year. And you saw guys make leaps and bounds to their personal success, and you just saw guys just keep rising and rising and rising to the level that we all are expected to play to. And I think you see guys like Jordan Hancock have a great year. JT had another great year. Ty Leak took a huge step, had a great year. Mike, Ty Ham, all the list can go on and on. And so yeah, we're just all in a blessed position to be playing at Ohio State, and we know the standard here, and we know that it's on us to raise it and for the next classes underneath us.
Exactly. The flip, I don't know, description of like the Cotton Bowl from a lot of people around the country is it's meaningless. Meaning, y'all aren't playing for the college football in the college football playoff, but you see some teams just strive to get into a bowl somewhere. What would you say to people who say this kind of game is meaningless?
Pardon my French, but I think that's kind of bullshit. This game means a lot to us and to the fans. It's an opportunity to go out there and play and put our best foot forward and show the world who we really are. After a tough loss to a good team, and so we're all of us who are playing are super excited to be playing. We got a great opportunity to play in the Cowboy Stadium. It's going to be a fun trip. It's going to be a lot of excitement to get to play a good SEC team in Missouri. They're a great team. And it's going to be it's a big game, and it matters.
All good. Thanks, Jack.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. All right, folks, that's it for today. The team will be practicing Thursday, Friday, Saturday,